Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and give you a real life example of what I eat every day to protein pace. I've gotten a lot of questions on this. Protein is the #1 nutrient that I find women are missing to get enough of to help you boost your metabolism, lose weight, really change that body composition, get the energy that you need, right? It comes down to protein. And protein is the #1 nutrient that is essential for metabolism. If you're not getting enough protein in your system, it's so hard to have your metabolism actually work for you. Yes, yeah, you can take all the powders and pills and all the other things in the world that you want, but if you're not getting protein, it is not going to happen, people. It is not going to happen. Ugh. Okay, with that being said, this is an example of what I actually eat and how I show women how to eat for the hormones in their cycle. If you are interested in getting help with this, if you're like, oh my gosh, I need this for me, I need help with this, I am all over the place, my schedule is crazy, I don't know how to do it, I need help, here is how you can work with me in a one-on-one setting. There is a link there in the comments. You can click the link and let me know if you have any questions from there. Katie, hi Katie, thanks for this. Yes, right? I've gotten so many questions on this recently. I was like, I just have to do a whole video on it, a whole video. So, does this what my day looks like every single day? No, right? A lot of this does depend on where I am at, stress levels, activity level, things like that. This is, and you'll notice there's a lot of carbs here too. Yes, I am a high energy person. I am an athlete, right? I have a lot of stuff going on, right? I am still working on recovering from some adrenal fatigue issues. So it's essential that I'm getting enough carb in my body. One of the worst things for adrenals is to cut out and limit carbs. Ooh, yeah. And super fun for max protein absorption, you need carbs. Otherwise, when it says, oh, look, there's this protein on the label. Oh, look, it says protein. I'm getting this protein. But if there's no carb with it, your body can't absorb it. I don't care what it says on the label. It can say, oh, it's like the perfect, like, oh, this plant protein from the Himalayan mountain. And it was, stomped on by a goat. And so the little hooves just mashed it down. And now it's perfect for you. Ah, so great. But if there's not carb with it, your body's like, I'm only taking half of it. Yeah. So, for example, just example, and again, these are estimates, right? You'll see this is like about 40 grams. So if you're getting in 40 grams of protein and you're like, oh, totally getting all this protein, yes, but you're not having a carb with it, you're not going to actually get 40 grams if it's not a bioavailable source. That is not part of a complete nutrient protein. Yes. Do you think the fat in eggs is good to eat every day? Ooh, good question. It can be, right? It can be, as long as your system is handling that. If you have a lot of cholesterol issues, again, people worry about that stuff, but oftentimes, for eggs, right? You'll see I have 4 eggs here. Yep. You can eat 4 egg whites instead. You don't have to eat the yolk if people are concerned about that. But again, this is for me. This is an example for me. This is a lot of protein. I am 6'2". I'm enormous, right? For those of you that have not met me in life, or even look at pictures of me next to other people. Other people look tiny. No, I'm huge. I'm huge. So this is for a 6'2", very active female that is working with stress and adrenal issues, right? That's for me. This is why I recommend and make custom recommendations for other people. What you need and what's going to be most beneficial for your system is going to be different than somebody else. Yes. I'm a foot taller than you, Katie. Yep, I'm a foot taller than you. I'm a foot taller than a lot of people. So great. Okay, so let me break it down for you, some of these meals, right? Do you have to do this every day? No, please don't, right? I eat differently throughout the month, and I'll throw in a little bit about warming and cooling here as well. Warming, Naomi, oh, you're 5'2" also. Right. I'm just a giant. Oh my gosh. Okay, so coffee shake. What is in my coffee shake? All the things, right? No, I use coffee. I use some coconut oil. I use chocolate protein powder because it's delicious. And then some almond creamer. Yes. I use plant-based protein most of the time. Sometimes I do grass-fed dairy. Sometimes I do grass-fed dairy if I'm going to do a chocolate or something like that, or vanilla, whatever. Great. Coffee shake here, and then I boost it to make sure I'm getting about 40 grams of protein. Sometimes it's 45 grams. Gosh, is everybody that follows me like 5'2"? Is that the thing? Ah! Oh, this is good. So for this coffee shake, I mean, that's really what it is. It's kind of basic, right? It's kind of basic for, I use coffee instead of water because I have children. And then protein, almond milk, coconut oil, all that good stuff, right? And then I add in either peppermint oil for my cooling phase, for my estrogen phase, or cinnamon for my warming phase. Same thing, I just, tailor it cooling or warming. If you don't have my book, The Female Fat Solution, this is on Amazon. Talk all about cooling and warming foods that match your hormones and your cycle in here. And this is a metabolism tactic in and of itself. Just switching off cooling to warming. The tone of the food actually can help shift your metabolism. So keep that in mind. So that's my coffee shake. Next here, eggs, greens, sweet potato. So I will saute greens in a pan and sweet potato, a quarter of a sweet potato, half of a sweet potato, depending on how big the sweet potato is. About yay much sweet potato, however much I grab in my hand when I chuck it in my cast iron. Cooking in a cast iron increases and infuses the food with more iron as well. Iron deficiency is the #1 deficiency in the world, so keep that in mind. I'll use some sweet potato. Sometimes I don't use sweet potato if I am doing a lower carb day, because I have carb in my shake here. This has carb in it. So sometimes I'll lower this a little bit or use a smaller amount. But I still have greens, and then 4 eggs. I do 2 eggs, 2 egg whites. Sometimes I do all 4 eggs because I'm like a beast. Yep, that's fine. Third meal, so first breakfast, second breakfast. So I will have this pretty early, like 7. I will have, between 9 and 10. And then by the time noon rolls around, I need to have another meal, right? Between noon and 1, I'm having a smoothie bowl. So I use protein again. Same protein concoction. I use a strawberry usually because it's amazing, and then I'll add in a vanilla booster, again making it more protein, but then I'll also add some granola, hemp, and chia. So when I take pictures on Instagram and I post it to my stories and it looks really cute, I line up the chia, and that's not how I eat it. I just mix it together and because it's really good. But just some granola, hemp, chia on there. Again, 45-ish grams of protein there. For another snack, I'm having rice cake, banana, sometimes apple, something else, protein ball. This is a great thing to do here. Peanut butter, and then some more hemp seeds on that. Again, getting to about 20 grams of protein. At this point here, you're like, okay, plus or minus a little bit. If I'm like, oh shoot, I think you only got 17 grams here. Ooh, you're getting so much throughout the day and you're pacing it out that it's okay. Dinner here, this is literally what I had for dinner. So this is literally what I ate today. I made everything in a salad, because I'm all about making less dishes all the time. So I take a salad, I put in quinoa that's hot, so it kind of wilts the leaves a little bit, and then hot chicken right from the grill, chop it up, put it in there, and then put, the dressing on it and everything. So we're getting lots of, I add in hemp seeds there too. I had a lot of hemp seeds today. I forgot about that. I added in hemp seeds here, and I chopped up some cucumber and some other things in there for the salad, right? So there's lots of greens, and cabbage and kale, lots of good healthy greens there, some carb, and then some chicken. And again, I use, for the 5 of us, I make 5 chicken breasts, right? Sometimes I actually made 8 chicken breasts, because then I pack lunch for my husband and son sometimes when I'm nice, and I was nice today. So that's packed for tomorrow. So in tonight's dinner, there was at least 5, 5.5, 6 chicken breasts. So when I'm scooping everybody up, everybody's getting a ton of chicken, a ton. Every bite should have a bite of chicken in it. That way you're getting enough protein. So that's about 170 grams right there. 170 grams right there. That's a lot. Now, if you're like, well, I don't need that much. Yep, okay, great. Take off 20 grams. There you go. And you're still getting a lot, right? Sometimes it's just getting creative. Do you have to eat eggs every day? No. There's a lot of different ways to do this with different whole foods. And then sometimes if I'm doing a belly buster, that is where I'm trying to break a plateau or really build more lean muscle. I'll have another 20 grams at night, and this is a whole separate video. I've done some stuff on this on my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Beth Westy. But if you guys have questions on this and you want me to cover this, let me know, and I can. But this is a whole separate thing that sometimes I add and sometimes I don't. But I didn't even add in this to the total. If I do a belly buster, then the total together is at least 190 grams. Yeah, that's a paintbrush in my hair, by the way. Yeah. But see, I'm being on like the conservative side of it. The conservative side of getting all this protein in. How do I do it? I mean, I do have at least 2 different things with protein shakes a day. It's easy. Can you do this with whole food? Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. But is it as easy? No. I am busy during the day. I know I should sit and like chew my food, all that stuff. This is why it's like pre-chewed for me. Yes. Do you blend the breakfast shake in a blender or use a blender bottle? Oh, good question. No, really good question. I have a NutriBullet because I really like the big container because I don't like my shakes really thick. And that's just personal preference, right? Some people will use like 8 or 10 ounces of water and that's their water and they like a thick like milkshake shake type of thing. I don't necessarily like that. I only make that when I'm making a smoothie bowl. So what I do is I add more water. I'm using like 12 ounces of water, 16 ounces of water, or I'll use 8 ounces of water, 8 ounces of coffee, and then, and then make it that way. So that just does depend. So I use my NutriBullet big thing because I also have a tendency to overfill it. So I use a bigger one. Yeah. And if the coffee's too hot, it will explode in the shaker cup. I've done that way too many times that I want to admit. I know it happens, and sometimes it's early. So, yeah. Yeah. So if my goal weight is 170, should I be eating 170 grams of protein each day? Ooh, Janet, good question. Very, very good question. So 170, right? Unless you're used to getting this every day. And if you're eating like 80 grams of protein a day now, and all of a sudden you jump to this, it's going to be hard. It's going to feel very full for about a week or 2. And that's okay. Just know that that's going to happen, right? Just know that that's going to happen. So it's okay to do something like, okay, I'm going to get at least 140 or 150 grams for a couple of weeks and then get there, right? So I add boosters into my shakes here and here to make sure that they're a higher number. You don't need to add the booster then. Just do, 25 grams. Okay, and then add in a booster to get to these levels after you've gotten used to an increased level. But if you're going to like double your protein for the day, which is, again, provides you fantastic results, when you keep doing it, it just is, you got to get your gut used to it. You got to get your gut used to it. So, yes. All right. That is what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Yes. Yeah, it's really easy to overfill. So, let me know if you guys have any other questions on this. This was something that I had a lot of, interest on. But if you guys need more help, let me know. If you want me to talk more about this piece, let me know, and I can do more videos on that. Otherwise, that's what I got for you. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you later.